Hello and welcome to Wholesome Evolution. So on today's channel, I will be talking about being an empath. What does it mean? How do you find out if you are one? And I'm going to start off by sharing my story of how I found out that I was an empath. Now, it was about 2016, for those of you that already don't know, when I went through my awakening. Now, during that time, my emotions, everything, my sight, my hearing, my feeling, everything exploded and it got bigger and I could hear more, I could see better, everything expanded. My awareness expanded, everything did. So the one day I'm driving and all of a sudden I'm crying and I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, I just have tears rolling down my cheeks. And moments later, I look to my left and there's all of these cars passing me that are headed to a funeral. So I was like, okay, that's really odd. And it happened again. The second time, I was like, okay, there's something going on, because first of all, I wasn't associating it with death, because the first thing I did the very first time was think that, oh, maybe, it's because I'm afraid of death, or that's one thing that really makes me sad. But it wasn't even that, because I started to cry and get emotional before I saw all of those cars that were headed to a funeral. Now, after it happened time and time again, I asked my guides, I'm like, okay, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? Why am I going through this? And they led me to a video on YouTube, as they always do. This is one of the very many ways that they communicate with me, as if I want to receive more information, rather than receiving it from my guides through channeling, they will tell me, go to YouTube. So I do, and they say, click on the first video. The first video that I click on is all about being an empath. So I start watching it. I have no idea what it is. And also, I want to also state that when I channel or when I receive information from my guides, I do not verbalize anything. It's all in my mind. I can hear through my mind. So for anyone wondering if, it was something you voiced, so then, Facebook or YouTube or Google picked it up and they linked you with a video. Well, no. For me, it doesn't work that way, because I've talked to someone in IT and that was one of his questions. So I want to put that out in the open, that doesn't happen. So I started watching the video about being an empath, and it completely aligned with me. And I finally understood why I would pick up on other people's emotions, or why my emotions would quickly change, like very quickly. And after finding out, I looked back on my life and I looked back at all of the times my emotions would fluctuate depending on who I was around, depending on the home situation, depending on many factors. And I soon came to realize that I was an empath. Okay, now you're wondering, what exactly is an empath? So an empath, there are many of us around the planet that are. Everyone can feel energy to a certain degree. Now, there are some people that can feel energy to a high degree. So say they're speaking to someone and someone's lying, they're starting to get nervous and they feel uncomfortable. Well, that empath who can feel energy will feel it. And if you are comfortable in your own emotions and you know what your surface level emotion is, then you will quickly pick up on someone else's emotions and you will understand that they're not your own. So you can enter a room that is filled with people and say all these people are ready to go on a vacation. And you don't know this. Say you're just having a bad day and your energy's kind of low. And as an empath, as soon as you enter that room, all of a sudden you will be filled with so much joy, happiness, excitement. You'll be like, okay, this is wonderful. This is great. I'm feeling good. That that hard time that I just went through or the difficulties, they just didn't last that long. Well, you just got a little upgrade, not knowing exactly what is going on. Now, the same can happen the other way around. So you could be feeling really good, and all of a sudden, you can be surrounded by people that are really, really low vibrational. Say they're all having bad days, or they have really bad tendencies. Maybe their traits are just really bad. The habits that they keep are really bad. And all of a sudden, you start feeling lower and lower and lower. And it can be gradual, or it can be very instant. It depends on each individual. I've experienced it in both ways, but it all depends also on how you protect yourself. Now, you can pick up on all of these negative energies, but it is important at this time to realize that you are picking up someone else's stuff. You want to get rid of this stuff. So you want to get into meditation. And what I do, there are so many ways to do this. We are always influencing energy with our thoughts, with our emotions, with the way we talk to ourselves and talk to the universe, talk to anything around us. So when we say something's going to happen, it will. Now, for those of you that know about the law of attraction, you understand what I'm talking about. So you want to get into meditation, and you want to visualize. This is the easiest way. You can visualize a magnet. And this magnet, what it's going to do is you want to position it above your body, maybe in front of your body, and you want to visualize this pulling away all negative energy. Maybe you want to fill yourself with white light so you can see. And what you do is you visualize all the white light filling your body, and you state, whatever is not of my own energy, whatever being is passing through that is not me or myself, whatever attachments I have that no longer serves me, I am now pulling this energy away from my body. And you do so. Just by stating it, it happens. If you're not a visual person, you can't see. For me, I'm very visual as well. So when I do body scans on myself or on others, I can see if there's something there. I could see what it's connected to, who it's connected to, where it came from. Maybe it's an old pattern that I've been playing on for so long, and maybe it's just grown, and I can see that. So you want to state that you're removing all the energy. You want to fill your body with white, loving, healing energy afterwards. Any area that you removed the negative energy from, you want to seal it with positive energy. Now, what I do every day to protect myself is, of course, sit in meditation. And I'll close my eyes, and I will visualize a white light surrounding my entire body. And I state that I'm fully protected, that I can feel energy around me, but I do not take it on as my own. And that is so important, because I truly enjoy being an empath. I enjoy feeling other people's energy as long as I don't take it on. Now, if I know I'm going somewhere that's going to be really, really low vibrational, I just completely turn it off, where I can't feel anyone's energy, because I don't even want to be affected by their energy for a short period of time, even knowing that I'm not going to take it on for the long term. So feeling this energy, people say it's a blessing and a curse. Well, it's only a curse if you don't know how to fully use it to the best ability that you can in a positive way, because it is a blessing. To know how others feel, you can use it in therapy, because no one else will know how this person feels that is talking to you the way you do, because you can connect to them on a deep energetic level, on a deep, deep level. So this is something that's very positive. You just have to be very conscious. Every morning you have to clear your energy. You have to sit with yourself and only yourself, because a problem that I went through in the past was not knowing who I was. And I quickly realized this after I was an empath, because I would fluctuate so greatly. Like, I would be super happy, then depressed, then like all over the place. I felt like I was a spaz sometimes, because I was just taking on everyone's energy, and it was so overwhelming to my system. So You want to really center yourself, sit in the present moment, sit with your own thoughts, try to quiet your thoughts, try to feel your emotions. What are you feeling before you even start the day? At the end of the day, if you want to clear your energy, do so and focus. Focus, because I'm saying this because I have told myself so many times, I'm like, I don't even know who I am. Who am I? Who am I? I pick up on all these tendencies. I pick up on all of these habits or whatever, interests. One day I'm interested in this, the other day I'm interested in that, because I was just picking up on everybody else but my own self. So that's why I didn't know who I was. And I cried. I'm like, who am I? I'm everybody but myself. So I really made sure it was a priority that I found out who I was. So just by meditating, just by getting out into nature, surrounding yourself with people that you know are good for you and you know are good for the future, because our environment is always influencing us. And especially as an empath, you don't have to be an empath to be influenced by your environment. But if you are, it's so important to set boundaries. And it's also important where you live. Now, I've been in situations where I did not live in the best neighborhoods or the best environments at times, periods of my life. But I made sure, let me tell you, I made sure to protect myself. Sometimes it got hard. It got really hard because I was influenced by the energy around me so deeply. But I was very persistent to make sure that it didn't influence me for the long run. And if it did, I cleared it out, I removed it, and I moved forward. So yes, there are many people around the world that have no idea that they're an empath. And they're picking up on tendencies, energies that are not even their own. They have no idea. But when you find out and you create that barrier for yourself, then you will really find peace. You will find so much peace within, and you'll live a wonderful life because you're able to help others. You're able to fully understand everyone at such a deep level. And it's a beautiful thing. So please take care of yourself, set up boundaries. I will be making more videos on all of the techniques that I've used. So stay tuned for that, all of you empaths. This is just one of the psychic gifts that we have. There is clear seeing, which is clairvoyance. There's clairaudience, where you can hear. Clairsentience is empathy, what I was just talking about. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance, clear knowing. And then what is the other one? I'm not sure. I think that's the last one. So I will also talk about all of those for all of you wanting to expand your gifts. And if you want to find out if you are an empath, then focus every time you go somewhere. Focus on your energy before you get there and after, and see how much your energy has shifted. Sit by someone that you know is going through a very emotional, turbulent time in their life, someone that you're not attached to, and see if that affects you. See if you can feel the sadness in your body. If you can feel, they may be feeling angry, feel the anger in your body, whatever it is, and feel that. And it is a great tool too for anyone that wants to learn how to do tarot or divination, because you can feel messages through your body. And especially when you're channeling too, you can feel one of the things that I go through is feeling my guides when they come through. So it's a beautiful thing. And another thing that I just thought of that I'm going to end this video off with, anytime you've been out in public and you felt like someone was looking at you, that's energy hitting your energetic fields. They're focusing their energy, they're focusing their eyes right on you, and you're feeling that. So you turn around, and what do you know? They're staring right at you. You picked up on that frequency. You felt it. And I know so many of you have experienced this, so that's why I really wanted to add that in there. So that is it. So that's all I want to talk about with being an empath. I will post more videos, like I said, with more information, so stay tuned.